Good morning, everybody. Show you the time here. So, happy to be back in front of the camera again. It's been a little bit. I wanted to bring you guys this vlog series of a day in the life for a week in medical school, kind of showing you a more detailed look at what I do on the everyday. I've done vlogs in the past where kind of just highlighting some of the key points, some of the main things that I went through, but I definitely want to bring you guys in on my insight and how I view things and how I battle the challenges of a day-to-day in a typical week in medical school. So hope you guys enjoy. If you like these type of videos, make sure you like the video so I know that you enjoy it and I can keep putting out videos just like this for you guys. So without further ado, we're gonna get into it. A lot of stuff planned for today, so I'm excited to bring you guys along. Monday, first day in the life of a medical student. Let's go. All right, so time to get started for today. I usually like to get up around this time just because I like to get the day started early. It's kind of free from distractions. No one's really up at this hour, so you could just drill into the beginning of your day. It's something that I actually got from a book called Deep Work by Cal Newport, and he kind of goes into a lot of the details of how we can survive and thrive in a very distracted world with social media and all the things going on. So I've been able to do that. I usually will write down and in blocks everything I have to do for the day, just to organize myself. Something I got from that book as well. It's been super helpful for just keeping me on track. I like to handwrite them because it allows me to scratch it out and cross things off my list and make edits along the day as things kind of unexpectedly come up. But other people can do it, and you could do it digitally as well. As long as you're doing it, I think that's the biggest thing. So I usually will do that every single morning. My weeks usually start on Sundays, where I'm previewing the lectures for the week. And what I usually will do is spend a few hours just previewing, going through the things that I have to go through for Monday, which is today. And then today I'll usually try to solidify that knowledge a little bit more before I get into lecture. And then once I get into lecture, I can kind of absorb everything, write down some additional notes and some additional anecdotes that the teacher may have mentioned. And then that will kind of be my how I solidify some of the knowledge for the first few passes going through, and then working in Anki after that. So we're gonna get into some of those videos and I'll show you guys what I'm working on with that. So let's go. All right, so here's the three main lectures that I have today. We have a quick intro to the week here, and then we have a clinical medicine aortic valve disease lecture, then another clinical medicine aortic and peripheral vascular disease lecture, and then finally a clinical medicine mitral valve disease. Because I don't go to the lecture, so you'll see that these are scheduled from 9 to noon. I don't go to the lectures live. I usually wait for them to be posted after the fact. And then what I'll do is go through them at a faster speed. All right, so just wrapped up with those videos. Really cool stuff. So it may be in the title of this video, but we are in the cardio block right now. And with cardio, we're learning about all things heart, physiology, pathology, how the heart functions, and all the diseases related to it. So you guys saw in my calendar there, the three lectures that we're doing today are dealing with the valves of the heart and how different vasculature around the heart and surrounding the heart can malfunction, and the valves can malfunction to lead to diseases and pathology. It's really interesting, the fact that a lot of this stuff has to do with just hypertension, high blood pressure, and how over years and years of time they could lead to different diseases in the heart and surrounding the heart. With that being said, cardio is a lot of physiology, is a lot of understanding the big picture concepts, then focusing in on the details, versus my previous blocks have been a lot of more memorization and over understanding. So this is kind of the first time that we're getting exposed to that understanding first, and then kind of diving deeper into the details. And with that being the case, I've fallen behind on my Anki cards, and I have about, I think, 500 or so from the past couple weeks that I've just been accumulating. I haven't really been on top of it. So we're gonna get into that right now. I'm actually about 30 minutes ahead of schedule, which is super awesome, so I can make more time to get involved with that. All right, so for those of you guys that may want a little bit more insight on how my Anki's set up, right now I pretty much have two decks, main decks. So we have Anking here, and then I have a personal deck with all my different personal cards that I make for my blocks. Right now I'm just focusing on some of the Anking material, and as you can see, I have 532 unseen, and then I have this custom study that I've been working on, which is about 136 cards, and then I have all these reviews to do. So my goal, so these are all cards based off of the first 2 weeks of the material. So my goal is to kind of get through this as early as possible to learn all of these, and then I'll worry about the reviews later. But right now, I'm just gonna finish off this 136 and hopefully dig into this 532 over the next few hours. So let's get into it. All right, so it's about 11 o'clock right now. Was able to get through a couple hundred Anki cards and finish those up. Not in a bad spot right now, but at least was able to knock off about a couple hundred out of that, like 600, 700 I have built up. So in a good spot right now. Actually about to take a break. My girlfriend's birthday is actually today, and she left for work around 9 o'clock this morning. And as I always do every single year, it's kind of my go-to thing. I kind of just under promise and then over deliver and surprise her with some great gifts. So she left this morning and I didn't really give her anything, not a card or anything, just said happy birthday. So hopefully later she comes back home from work and she's super surprised and super happy and feels appreciated. So right now I'm actually gonna go pick up some stuff to get for her, and then we're gonna continue up with the rest of the day. It's actually my first time in a mall since COVID, actually. Pretty crazy. All right, so we are back. It's about 1 o'clock right now. That actually took me a little bit longer than expected. If it sounds like I'm out of breath, it's because I am, because I just biked back to make it back for my 1 o'clock class. Basically just, this is for my Health Mentors program. And basically, I explained this a little bit in the other vlog, but basically this is just a program where different professional school students, whether that's medical school, athletic training, nursing, PT, OT, we all come together and we have a patient that we learn about their chronic condition and how we can help manage it. So we're just kind of following up on the interview we did a couple weeks ago with our staff member here. And yeah, so that's what we're doing for the next hour, and I'm gonna get to that because they're talking and I'm already kind of late. All right, so class is over, and next thing on our docket is some research. So I set aside about an hour today to go through some data collection for a research project that I've recently started or gotten involved with. It's actually with the medical practice that I did my clinical research year, gap year before medical school at. So I'm able to continue some projects and continue my relationship with them, and fortunate to be able to have this opportunity to really get involved in some research. And clinical research is something I have a passion for. And if you guys want me to talk a little bit more about research and research opportunities, make sure you put it in the comment section down below, and I'll be happy to make more videos and expand on it. It's something I definitely have a passion for, but we're getting to that right now. The research I'm doing, if you guys are interested, is actually on hand surgery, and what we're kind of comparing, not to give too much away, but we're essentially comparing just two different modalities of a pretty common surgery in the hand, and seeing if traditional open versus more modern or more minimally invasive endoscopic treatment has higher or less complications, and how they differ from one another. So pretty interesting stuff, and we're kind of going through the data right now and in the early stages of collecting our patient cohort and looking at all the data. So that's what I'm doing right now. Kind of monotonous, kind of boring, but it's what has to be done in the research. And once we get past this, we get to the fun stuff as far as analyzing and looking at the data and writing it up. So that's what I'm about to get into right now, and doing that for the next hour. So let's go. All right, so research is done. Time to take a quick trip, grab a cake, and then we're gonna head back to finish up some lectures. I have 3 lectures to do today. Hopefully they don't take too long. Hopefully not more than 90 minutes at 2 times speed. So let's get after that and continue with the rest of the day. All right, so finally done with this. Time to get to some lectures. All my women subscribers, let me know how I did. Did I do a good job? All right, let's get it. All right, so lectures all done for today. That's a wrap. It's about 6:30 right now. Long day, but we accomplished a lot. I was able to get through a few lectures and then able to do all the other things I want to do, Anki research, watch some videos earlier this morning. But we're back at it again tomorrow. Thank you again for everybody who tuned into this day in the life video. I'm gonna be back with number 2 next week if you're watching live, or if you're watching this in the future, be sure to watch all the series. It should be 5 videos. And if you enjoyed this one, you'll definitely enjoy what's coming the rest of the week. Stick with me. Make sure you subscribe if you're new, like if you enjoy these videos, and I'll see you next time.